Going to Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment, I had 3 questions. How well does it run? Is it actually canon to tiers? And does it have enough substance to be worth getting? The game runs smoothly, even when playing with another player. It does sometimes go down, but nowhere near as much as Age of Calamity. The game is thankfully canon to tiers, with none of the separate timeline stuff. There are some nice story bits in this game, but I won't spoil it until later. The gameplay is pretty much the Dynasty Warriors formula we come to know and expect. While the gameplay isn't mind-blowing, it adds a lot to the Dynasty Warriors formula by allowing you to customize your new special moves or items you can use. New to the formula are these unique skills that attack in different ways, either horizontally or vertically. They are also used to stop dangerous attacks from foes that require a specific unique skill to counter them. Replacing the Sheikah Slate is the Sonai devices. There are a decent number of them, and it's pretty cool how they are used. Rockets make you go faster and run over enemies, and once you're gonna fight, you can launch them at the enemy. Fan is used to deflect projectiles that foes send at you. Balloon takes you back to any camp that is set. More on camps later. Then we have cannon, hydrant, ice, fire, and electricity that are effective against some foes. This time around though, you can either hold on onto a device to hit out enemies or drop it so it can deal damage to a big foe while you're fighting them. Eventually, some characters use Sonai devices in their moveset, and you can customize which ones you want. When it comes to using batteries, you have a limited number available to restore energy. However, you can still find batteries in boxes throughout the levels. When you run out of battery, make sure you go to settings and turn on the option that automatically uses the limited battery you have to refill energy when it runs out, so you don't have to waste a slot in the unique skill bracket. Something I wish the game had done from the start. Certain characters unlock the power surge ability, which grants infinite energy for a while, which is nice. Another combat mechanic they added is Fuse, which has your character using enemy horns to quickly destroy enemy defenses. However, the biggest addition to this game is the Sync Gauge, where once it's filled between you and other characters, you can perform a dual attack that varies depending on who you're with. A lot of them are pretty cool, with you having to do different actions depending on who you pair up with. I won't go over all of them, but here are some of my favorites.
Join me. We'll show them. I press on. Ready as ever. Raring to go. Get him. See ya.
What I like about all of these additions is that you unlock stuff as you go on for the entire party or certain characters. When it comes to unlocking or improving characters, it's the same as Age of Calamity, where you need specific materials to do a small quest that gets you upgrades. It's a perfectly good optional system that can be done very quickly. It helps that you can use a radar that tells you where you can find the materials needed for the quest, along with the inclusion of a side quest that award random materials for doing basic things. You even unlock special conversations that count towards 100% in the game after completing all the side quests for the character. I do have a bit of an issue with them. They should have been voice acted rather than text, and some conversations can be boring. There are some funny conversations here. Unfortunately, they don't do much to make a side quest cool inclusions besides giving materials. The map this time around is similar to Age of Calamity, but it does add more. After a certain point, you have to liberate some areas in side quests to open them for other objectives or defend them so they don't get conquered. Stores return, along with being able to forge weapons. This time around, you upgrade levels by using Zonite Steel and use specific Zonite Steel to give extra effect to weapons. Weapons that are not used can be turned into Zonite Steel. Before doing a chapter, you can decide what effect you want for this level, and this game allows you to change what effects you want, which is nice. When it comes to camps, you can set it up in specific areas in levels that heal you and recharge your batteries. This is something I'm not a big fan cause it can make levels a bit too easy. That's just me playing normal mode with my sister. Maybe in hard mode it's different, I don't find it to be a big deal though. I do however have praise for camps in the form of bonus pouchers and in an exclusive store, Tusk and Talon. Bonus pouchers are earned by completing simple tasks such as fighting enemies. They can be redeemed to fill gauges and other stuff. However, the two most important things they can do are increase the amount of materials gained and reveal the locations of both chests and Korok seeds on the map. Yay! Don't have to revisit most of the levels of the game to find those stupid Koroks. Tusk and Talon exclusively sell monster parts that can be pretty rare to come by. Replacing the Divine Beast sections are these flying mode portions. They are rail shooters similar to Star Fox, with barrel roll included. When it comes to using attacks, you can do a normal beam attack that has infinite ammo, or attacks like rocket and flames that can be upgraded, but can run out of energy. Each level has you using different Zonite technology to change things up, like using light in this depths level. These sections are pretty fun and have some cool bosses. They unfortunately don't appear that often. When it comes to the playable characters in this game, they are pretty fun to play as. There are 19 characters in total, just one more than Calamity. Some of the playable characters are more memorable than the rest, like Mineru, whose moves consist of Zonite devices and contraptions. Rauru, with his light powers, is powerful as hell. The sages of this game feel pretty similar to their future successors, though they have different attacks. Some characters I will talk about later in the spoiler portion. The bosses themselves are cool, and you see some new faces here. I will talk more about them, however, it will be difficult since I played on normal difficulty and destroyed these bosses easily. I will give the final two bosses credit. They are very well made, especially the last one, which is very action packed with different phases that switch things up. After the main game, there is a decent amount of post-game side missions for you to do. These can include vicious enemies who deal way more damage, are faster and have new moves. These quests will provide a challenge even if you're playing on normal or easy mode. Now for the spoiler. Skip here to avoid them and see my final thoughts about this game. The story for Age of Imprisonment is decent. It's not anything mind-blowing, but the highlight of the story is the friendship between the Knight Construct and Calamo. It's pretty funny how Calamo is dragged into fights for always sticking with his bud, and I found the friendship to be very wholesome because they always stick together.
Can you please listen to me? I'm begging you here.
For this reason, it made me sad when the Knight Construct unfortunately died. I did, however, like the twist that revealed a fragment of the Master Sword powered the Construct. When it comes to other playable characters I didn't mention, the Knight Construct's the most fun character to play as because he is similar to Link, but has many Zonai add-ons that set him apart. It helps that you can customize his moveset to fit you. Another character I enjoy playing is Artie, because she is Urbosa but better, since she can easily stun enemies without needing to charge lightning. The rest of the cast are not as memorable as the characters in Age of Calamity, because while we do get to know them better here, the Age of Calamity cast is much more fleshed out. Some of you may be wondering why you get for 100% in the game. You unlock brand new credits that showcase the game's events through in-game drawings, which is cool. However, they should have added Ganondorf as the last unlockable character. It would have made sense since we got Calamity Ganon in Age of Calamity. But oh well. I guess no suavemente. With all spoilers covered, the game took me 40 hours to 100% it, which is shorter than Age of Calamity, though I do vastly prefer this game. I replayed a bit of Age of Calamity and noticed the game had issues, including a camera that doesn't give you a good view of everything, poor performance, and some polish missing from the gameplay. I did enjoy the Divine Beast sections, but the flight mode levels are superior because they provide a fun Star Fox type experience with different mechanics included. With all that said, Age of Imprisonment gets an 8.2 out of 10. It's a great sequel slash prequel that improves on most of my complaints from the last game. While Calamity does do some things better, such as having superior unlockable characters, Imprisonment has more refined gameplay and mechanics to compensate for its shortcomings. $70 for this game can seem like a steep price, considering it's a Warriors game. For those fans of Zelda Dynasty Warrior games, this is well worth it. Still, for those who aren't as big into it, I recommend checking out this game when it's on sale. It makes for a fun game for 1 or 2 players because it's easy to pick up and play. With that said, that concludes my thoughts on this game. Thank you all for watching.